So I made a video on this, so I'm gonna keep this short. But pretty much this is another reason how I can tell people are racist, because first is that one phrase that they use. They'll be like, oh, I can't be racist, I have black friends. But this is another one where they start talking about hair and like they don't understand the different types of braids. Like they just don't educate themselves right now, even though they should, because it's 2024, right? Because they'll be like, oh, white people, they can wear anything they want. It doesn't matter. Box braids, cornrows, regular braids. It's just hair. Blah, blah, blah. Like, whenever they say that thing, that's what I'm like, okay, like, I can tell they're racist. They don't know the history behind the hair, right? So when this girl, she was like, when I said, oh, box braids are for us, she was like, girl, you are not your ancestors. Stop victimizing yourself for something that hasn't happened to you. It's a different time. And the thing is like all this stuff like happened 400 years ago, right? But like people don't know that slavery literally still exists. Like just because you don't see it happening doesn't mean it's not happening, especially the way that black people are treated. Like a black woman just got shot for no reason the other day. So it's like when people say like, oh, it's just hair, it hasn't happened to you, I'm like, it happened to my fucking ancestors. If my ancestors did not have cornrows to get out of the fucking plantation, I would not be here right now, right? So like, I don't know. And then you hear all these other stories about like athletes having to cut off their locks, or like how black girls can't wear braids when they're like cheerleaders. Like all this stuff is not just hair, bro. If we're literally still getting discriminated against for it, and there's literally laws in place about black hair. So I would never understand people that are like, stop victimizing yourself, because it literally still happens in daily life. I still got white people looking at me at my job for wearing braids. So yes, it has happened to me, regardless what time it is, right? But then people like this, the same people talking shit about something 400 years ago, will get mad when you talk about 9/11. I could say like, oh, fuck 9/11, that was a different time, that was 20 years ago, who the hell cares about them people? And then this girl would be like, oh no, don't talk about the 9/11 victims like that. Oh my gosh, that was my ancestors, that was my family. And I'm like, so it's like they literally don't understand. But yeah, this is obvious signs of a racist right here.